asking, though.
Hello and welcome to the Effect Podcast's epic run-through of Mercy of the Icons. This, I think, now I've fallen into this trap before, but I think this will be the last session of this sequence, Forked Tongues. However, I've said that frequently before, and it's turned out not to be because the players do something.
Or don't do anything.
Or don't do anything. And so let's introduce the players. First of all, down there is Tony Yaqub, who, if our viewers will remember, in the last session was just completing a delicate negotiation with the Grand Master of the Zalosians, Samesh, whose name I've forgotten.
Yes,
Samesh Alim. And Samesh had just given Tony a data stick with some data on, including the identities of a number of suspected Nazareem agents, that the Nazareem sacrifice agents that the Order of the Pariah had identified. And over here, not paying any attention at all.
I'm listening.
Is Dave, Oceanish father, who spent all of last week on the ship waiting to be the Angels of Mercy if everything went horribly wrong. So far, he hasn't had a call. Talking of waiting for things to go horribly wrong, the location of Karif Samom and Niklas is currently unknown, but may be revealed. And so it's the three people down here, Tony and Mohammed and Bruce, or Meibi and Zaki, who were completing these negotiations. And I think it was going quite well, wasn't it?
I thought so, yes.
Samesh Alim seemed to be quite eager to gain your trust and gave you this data, and then called for glasses of the sacramental wine, the blood of the martyrs, to seal the deal. Very rarely do the Order of Zalos, the Order of Pariah and Zalos, take any sort of intoxicant at all. So this is a very great honor. But as everybody took a draft, Samesh Alim choked on his and realized he had been poisoned. Nobody saw anybody doing any poisoning, so we don't know who did it. But Bruce, for the sake of the fact that you didn't really get to do many dice rolls last week, would you like to roll for the poison strength?
I'm sure. Is it what number of dice would it be? Just so we can make sure. I don't know.
Well, I've been doing some research and talking with the poisoner, Bruce, and apparently 2 doses.
Poisoner Bruce.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just reminding Bruce who I was talking to. 2 doses of poison. The poison was a red stinger scorpion venom taken internally. That is a strength 5 poison, but given there were 2 doses, I guess that means 10 dice. And Samesh Alim will resist it with his strength of 3 dice.
So before we get into that, is this carrying on from exactly the last moment of the last session?
This is, yes.
Yeah.
And the poison has just been administered and he's just choked.
Yes. And
right. Okay.
And accused us.
Well,
yes, accused us for some reason.
Naturally enough, under the circumstances, I'd suggest.
I don't know whether he's accused anybody yet, but
Yes,
definitely
he said, you poison me.
Only 3 people were standing by him, but somebody came to say, I'll remind. Well,
yeah, so
I can
the drinks. There's nothing.
I can fix shock.
Samesh has no successes for his resistance to poison.
Scheiße.
Oh dear, because that's 4 success. No, 5 out of 10.
Sorry.
So
5
out of the
successes.
10 dice, 5 successes.
At which point, the venom takes effect, and Samesh crumples to the floor, I should say the ground, because we're out in the gardens here, much to the consternation of everybody around. Well, much to the confusion of most of the Mirren party, of which you are part, but to the shock, horror, consolation, and the clicks of weapons from the Zalosian magistrates who are running security here.
Can I?
Now, yes?
As I'm standing right next to him,
Yes.
can I lean over him and use my Medicaid skill to treat him?
Well, I was going to shout out, yes, we set up. Can somebody, does anybody know any medicine?
I don't know.
I do. I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to go and
Oh.
lean over and
Okay.
try and treat him, try and save his life.
Go ahead.
Yes, the guilty person is the one who shouts, "Oh no, he's been poisoned. Can anyone help him?"
Well, I didn't say that. No. So that's okay.
I just
See what
wanna
happens
find-
when I'm not around for just 1 week. It all goes
Just
to
a little
pieces.
wheel.
Just,
Well, it was all going fine until the last couple of seconds.
We were being set up.
Yes,
Um,
we have,
yes,
haven't we? I
maybe.
wonder-
Yeah, I know.
Bruce,
It's
maybe.
horrible.
So I've been followed by the magistrates of Samesh Alim, and the Okra Dharma knew where I am. A very good situation for me.
Oh yeah, Dave did. Mention that Zaki got recognised by one of the Mirrens
Okay.
in the party.
Right. So he's quite tough. How many? Yeah, he's not quite out. But he's now strength 2. He's he has a rather remarkable amount of hit points. So although he collapses to the floor, he is still conscious.
So he's not broken.
Yet broken.
So does that mean I can't do anything useful with Medicaid then? Doesn't it?
Make him vomit or so.
I'm just having a look at this. Yeah, I don't think necessarily you can treat anything yet. But you can definitely give him the once over. Although yes, the magistrates are moving in.
How many magistrates are we talking about?
3 magistrates. Well, there may be more around the perimeter, but there are 3 coming to you. And they immediately grab you by the shoulder, Yaqub, and pull you away.
I said, I'm trying to help him. Somebody's poisoned him. Did you not see?
Who poisoned him?
I have
You
no
were
idea.
deep in conversation with him.
I was deep in conversation. It was a perfectly civil and polite conversation. I have no idea who poisoned him. His drink that was brought over had clearly been poisoned. So somebody poisoned his drink. I have no idea who that was.
You say his drink was poisoned and yours was not? What have you done with your goblets?
I have no idea. It's probably I just probably put it down.
Put it on the ground, yes? Yeah. Okay. A perimeter is being worked around, and most of the other Mirrens, Karif, are being ushered away back down the path. Sorry, I should remind you, you weren't here last time. You came to Formal Gardens, the palace of the sort of governor here, and you were brought here by a shuttle. It's strange you didn't have quite enough seats Three of you had to stand, I seem to remember. But the shuttle is at the other end of a drive, and now the Mirrans are being ushered down the driveway. But you three who are talking to him are being kept here for investigations.
Would it be possible for me to try to, in the confusion, get lost among the
Okay, that would be
shrubbery?
an infiltration roll if you'd like to do that.
Very good.
So we want to reveal now that one of the other Mirrans in disguise is you, Karif. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. 3 successes. Three
Successes. I think I will just roll for observation for the magistrates generally. I'll give them a couple of extra dice just because there's a lot of them. But yes, you managed to avoid being herded up with the other Mirrans. What are you doing with that?
Trying to go back and stay close, not go up to them. That would sort of somehow hover in the vicinity.
Okay, hiding behind the bushes or trying to look like you belong here, but in plain sight?
Maybe let's try to belong.
Okay. So yes, you're standing and hovering and looking like you belong. Most of the attention, though, is being paid to these three. Maybe is there anything you're wanting to do?
Well, the first thing is to the guard that's looking at them, trying to move everybody else away. Are you going to, if he has been poisoned, you're going to let them go? Because they could be hiding in there.
Who are you saying that
guard.
to? One
to
of the
guard,
magistrates.
yeah, to the magistrates, because it's like you're. Because if you,
Yes, we are escorting them back to the shuttle for their own safety, but obviously there will be a full investigation.
because if you let them go, they could be getting rid of the evidence.
Are you trying to manipulate him into keeping them
trying to
here?
manipulate to keep them there because because
Right,
maybe the assassin, maybe whoever did this might have another part of a plan to do.
Okay, so so roll manipulation against his
Okay, try it.
wits, I guess.
Oh,
How many
a dark-
successes did you get?
have a darkness point.
Thank you very much. I would love a darkness point because he got 3 successes.
Oh, I shouldn't even bother then because one out of the 7 dice.
You seem to be particularly familiar. Are you saying there is evidence to be got rid of?
Well, if it's be, and you're escorting them away, that's more time for them.
Well, let us start investigating. Turn out your pockets.
Okay, and I'll.
Did you say that to all of us?
Well, no, specifically Bruce here, I think.
To maybe,
given that she brought up the topic of hidden evidence. Tony, you said you were in the last session that you had some communication with Dave back on with Ossian, I should say, back on the ship.
Yes, I think we've got some comms. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you told Dave Ossian the situation yet?
I don't think I've specifically said anything, but I'd assume he's just listening in, and so probably has a
right. Okay.
idea of what's going on. So I'm not speaking because I don't want to give away the fact necessarily that I've got these comms.
And I presume you also have maybe some kind of emergency word, which is help for, Like in what was it in Naked Gun?
Naked Gun,
where he says, "I love it."
Yes.
We've cracked that joke before when Sharif was here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he says that phrase, I mean, okay, I'm going to have the engines warmed up on the ship anyway, having heard
If
all
I
this.
say the secret code word, help, come and get us, we're fucked. then that's the subtle clue to come in.
Cheese it is usually the best one. So as I do, I'm going to try and palm the vial, hide it from their sight.
Okay, I think
Right.
I reckon that's a manipulation roll, don't you? No, is that
Or
manipulation or infiltration? Infiltration, I guess.
Okay, because it's more of a physical hand movement.
Yeah.
No.
Against his observation.
Okay, I've got one success for the first. Probably because I am going to be in trouble. I think I'm going to try and roll the other 5 dice on my infiltration, so it'll be a darkness point.
Another darkness point. Okay, that would
I think
be
you're
a
going to
good
be
idea.
rolling
I'll
them
warn
in
you now,
tonight.
because this guy's rolling really well at the moment.
3 successes in total.
3 successes against his 3 successes. So, what does that mean when it's a dead tie? I honestly can't remember.
You're muted,
Dave.
So usually he was ever deemed to be defending wins. So whoever is the passive party, I think, or the less active party.
Maybe.
Okay, so he says, "What is that then?" Since he's the passive one, and as you try to palm it, he clutches your wrist and pries your fingers apart, unless you want to resist that.
Try and resist it, yeah. It's not
Okay.
going to work.
You want to make I'm going to make this a melee roll, I guess.
Or force,
That'll be
maybe?
strength.
Or force, yeah. Force.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 2 dice, so this is going to be... Not even going to bother pushing that for nothing. So you'll get it.
Yeah, he has 1 success. And he picks up 3 vials of a red liquid, I'm assuming. Tiny little red liquid. He calls it over. He calls over his captain. Points his gun at you, steps away, and as his captain comes over, he hands the vials over to the captain.
I'm going to be shocked by this. I say, maybe, what the hell have you done? Making it very clear that I was not involved in any way.
Okay, do you want to make a manipulation roll on that to quickly cover?
Is maybe as guilty as a puppy sitting next to a pile of poo.
I'm sorry, Bruce. It's just the way the dice are rolling.
Yeah.
I liked your alternative plan.
I have another darkness point, Matthew, because I'm rolling
Thank you. Bloody hell.
I get no successes on my manipulation roll.
Okay, if we are...
Maybe I'll just leave you all here.
You're all under arrest. So your fake acting has cast suspicion on all 3 of you, and the magistrates. There are only 3 of them at this point. The magistrates raise their guns and point to you.
The poison! The poison! Oh, I'm faking that the poison...
okay, you're faking it. What's your manipulation roll, Zaki?
It probably suck.
You can, given you're doing this very physically, I will let you use your talent.
The talent is only for good impression, I guess. But
is it any for good impression? Okay, then I won't let you use your talent. Carry on.
So manipulation.
Yeah.
Oh, only 3 dice. It's worth a try. Okay.
He doesn't fall for it. This guy's observation is just doing so well.
The worst thing you could have done then, Zaki, was go, oh, well, worth a try.
Can I
Fair call,
please,
girl.
can I please do something?
I think, yeah.
So, Zaki, were you in on this as well, Zaki?
No, honest, no.
They're laughing at you now, Tony, as you're trying to look at the guilt.
Can I do before we get caught? Can I disable the turrets, the defending the dome?
I'm sorry, Mohammed. I was thinking about
Yes.
something else. I wasn't quite listening to what you said.
No problem. Can I jam the signal for the turrets that they are defending the dome? Disable it so the ocean can if ocean can come.
Come and effect a rescue.
Yes, I guess so. How do you want to do that? What do you actually want to do?
Use my tabula to try to do a data gen before we get arrested.
Okay. Yes. Do you want to? I'm going to make you, given the time pressure, I'm going to make you use your your data spider skill
Okay.
because they're about to be taking all this stuff off you, obviously.
Yeah. So I have 3 in data gen and 5 in wits, so 8.
Okay.
And of course, Zaki,
This isn't an opposed roll like the manipulation rolls have been.
is there a reliable one? Only 1 success. I want to push it.
Okay, go ahead. I don't
Okay.
know what I'm going to do with these darkness points. I seriously don't.
When I push it, I push it without the success, right? Without the dice, the minus
You
1
keep
dice for the.
keep your one. You keep your one success and roll all the others.
Okay. So
What did you pray before this time?
I pray to for the data gen one.
Okay, so you get 2 extra dice.
So 10 dice.
You roll 8 normally.
Yeah.
You keep 1 because it's a success. So 9 dice you roll again
9
now.
dice. Okay. Extra 1. So 2.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. You just about managed to do it before the data cube is snatched out of your hand. And for 2 successes, you managed to do it in a way that doesn't leave the line open, so they don't quite know what you were doing. And
while this is the situation is heating up, I'm slowly getting closer to this group, and I'm thinking they're very observant of what they have, the people they have at hand, and not noticing me.
okay, with a view to doing what?
Finishing the job.
Yeah, getting close enough to shoot him.
just in case the poison doesn't work.
To shoot Samesh Alim.
This is Rasputin, not Samesh.
I see this going, downhill.
Okay, so you're not looking at the magistrates, you're looking at Samesh. A group of other people is coming over with a stretcher for Samesh, and there is already a medicurg of some sort with him. He's looking very weak, he's vomiting, but he doesn't look like he's going to die.
So I don't know how you want to time this, but yeah, when I have the chance, I shoot.
I'm going to say, let's go ahead and do this thing. So everybody's eyes are on the 3 perpetrators of the poisoning. And you've managed with your infiltration critical success earlier on to get really close. Nobody suspects it. Are you making any speech because you're using that sacrificial weapon, aren't you? The pistol that you took from the what was called the real sanatorium on Coriolis, where the what are you doing? Are you saying anything or just shooting?
Die, you false prophet, and I pull the trigger. It's
all happening. It's all happening. Okay, I'm going to let you get that one shot off. He is down, so that's +3. I can't remember.
Oh, God, I'm running out of dice. But yeah, let's do these first. Oh, cracky, just one.
Hearing all this, Matt, I'm going to launch.
Yes, you've now had the signal, so you are launching. I'm going to make travel really quick here so that we're not dealing with a TPK. So, but thank you for that one. I'm just
yeah. So
finding
that's
out.
2 successes. And I'm going to use my judge's talent. So that's a crit on him.
Right. Okay. I just want to check. Oh God, that sacrificial pistol gives you another +3.
No, that's 2. Yeah, I've already used that.
Oh, you have already used that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got 2 successes. What's the pistol's damage? I can't see.
2.
2 points of damage, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so you're doing a crit anyway.
Yeah.
So the second success is an extra point of damage, right?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At which point he is broken from his poisoning plus the damage of that. So I'm now going to roll 2 crits. So you are going to roll 2 crits. But 2 different crits on 2 different tables. Go. This is poor old Samesh. Okay, so first of all, roll your physical crit for
13.
13. Yes, okay, that's minor.
Lightly bruised toenail.
Yeah.
And then for the other one, roll. I don't know what you roll actually. No, you don't roll. You don't roll. Okay. Yeah, he falls unconscious. And the medicurg who's with him shouts that he is. Can I get you to roll well, actually, I guess I should get you, Bruce. Can you roll a d6 for me?
D6.
Why Bruce for this dice roll, Matthew?
2.
Guilty.
He is now broken, and the medicurg shouts, "The poison's taking effect."
And the bullet.
But at this point, all hell breaks loose. So I think we've got to go into initiatives.
Yeah.
Matt, I sent you a message, mate, if you want to just read that.
Okay, on Discord.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm now heading in their direction
Okay.
to try and rescue them.
Have you whispered?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. All hell's breaking loose. Oh God, what do we do for
D6 for Coriolis.
D6? Isn't it? Yes. Would everybody like to roll a D6 for initiative?
I rolled a 6.
2.
2.
6.
Okay.
Can I just say, Matthew, that in advance of all this, I would have prayed to the gambler, seeing I'll be expecting to do some
everybody
dodgy,
had an
dodgy
opportunity
piloting.
to pray, so I'll let you have that one.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just tell me again. Dave rolled a 6.
6.
Who else rolled a 6? Sharif rolled a 6. Bruce.
2.
2.
2.
Bruce, Tony, and Mohammed roll 2, and they roll 5. Okay. So, Karif, you get to take the next action.
His highest goes first in
this game. Yeah.
And so, what's the situation? We have 3.
You have people panicking. There are 3 people who were pointing their guns at the 3 poisoners, but are now turning to point their guns at you, I'm guessing, because you just shot the Grand Master.
I shoot at one of them with the sacrificial gun.
Okay, with a sacrificial gun. Okay, roll your dice without the +3 for the sacrificial gun, but not the other +3 that you got on Sharif for him being prone.
1 success.
Okay, 1 success. Can you use your talent again?
Damn, I just missed something. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I should have done something. I used a talent last time. Anyway. Sorry, what did you say?
Can you use your judge's talent again, or is that a one-time only one?
Once per session.
Once per session, right.
So, have another darkness point.
Right, I'm going to be spending these darkness points on these guys' attacks. Otherwise, I'm just going to have too many darkness points at the end of this adventure.
So
and if that brings horrors to you, Tony and Dave, then I'm sorry.
I think it's quite, yeah. I mean, you obviously can't spend them on me because I haven't been here for the last 2 episodes.
So, 3 successes in all.
Which means 3 successes in all. Right, okay. Yeah. 3 successes on that pistol does a crit, I believe, if you want to do that.
Yes, I want to.
That's okay, 2. So he 2 points of damage on that magistrate. Right, okay. Okay, he's not got as many hit points as I thought, but there we go. And crit away. What's your crit?
35. But then I realize I could use my executioner.
You could use the executioner talent. Yes, you could. Yeah. I was quite surprised that you didn't use it on Samesh, but I wasn't going to remind you. 36 so now makes 63.
53.
Right? 50. So
I had a
35, was it? Yeah. Oh, right, okay. So you shoot him in the guts, and I guess he's not down on that description, but he will be down in 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Or 6 minutes, I think. But yeah, he can still go. Dave, do you want to take a flying roll to get here double quick time?
Yeah,
Pilot
I
roll.
think I probably ought to do that. Now the maneuverability is 0, so I get no bonus there. So it's piloting skill. Which isn't bad. It's not my best skill in the world. I get 1 success.
1 success. Okay, that's good enough.
I
You're
don't
on
think
course.
I won't push it for now.
You're not going to, and I will. You will arrive at a dramatically appropriate time. I'm not going to give you any advantage of getting there double quick or anything, but you're definitely on the way. And you will arrive.
I'm powering up its miniguns and its missiles and its laser turrets.
When did you get those fitted? Because
I
when you
done.
landed,
I'll get
there
them
weren't
fitted
any.
tomorrow.
Okay. So they go next, and I think first of all we'll deal with the guy who you've just shot in the gut, but haven't killed yet. He will shoot at you. And what is his skill? Agility 3, melee, no, range combat, another 3. Vulcan pistol. Can somebody tell me, has anybody got a Vulcan pistol?
Yep. What do you want?
What's the bonus of Vulcan pistol?
Plus 1.
One.
Damage 2, crit 2.
Okay. He gets 1 success, but I'm going to spend a darkness point on him shooting better because I've got plenty. Right. 3 successes. It's tempting.
Who was he shooting?
At Karif.
Karif.
He's going to spend a darkness point so that I can roll a crit of those 3 successes. And Karif, would you like to roll your own crit?
I could do. Can I roll armor?
Oh, sorry. Roll your own armor first. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Nah. All right. I'll roll my own crit.
Worth a try, though, Nicholas.
Doesn't look good. 55.
You're muted, Matt, by the way. Matthew, you're muted.
Matthew, you're muted. You're still muted. Still muted.
You're muted, yeah. StreamYard has already decided that
There we
he's
go.
had enough of you.
Too late.
55. Okay. Your arm starts pumping blood. You got -1 to dexterity-based skills, and
What was the kit, Matt? Crit, Matt, we can't really hear you when you're facing over there.
so that's a severed artery.
Oh.
His arm starts pumping blood. He got -1 to dexterity, and
I'm unconscious.
you're unconscious, aren't you? Yes, you're actually unconscious. And you will be drained of blood in 4 rounds. Or is that minutes? Minutes.
Minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I hope. Well, no one's going to save me anyway. Party pooper.
No, to answer Mattia's question in the chat, the crit can be stopped if the armor prevents enough successes getting through.
And no, damage in this game, not successes.
Yeah, okay, damage getting through.
So
Yeah.
he needs to get 2 points of 2 successes on his armor.
Yeah.
Right. The other 2 shout at you, guns pointing, the three of you to get on the ground. Face down, lie down. They are not shooting you.
You're muted. Everyone's muted. You're muted, Mohammed.
Do we go down? Sorry,
Okay.
go down.
No need.
I'm going
no
down.
need.
I'm saying, yeah, fine. This is
yeah,
nothing to do with me.
yeah.
So the three of you
Not
are
on.
laying
Yeah.
flat on the ground.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
We are
okay.
innocent.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
And maybe you're doing it too.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Very good. Even though you're not innocent. Right. Okay.
Did you mean to kick Nicholas off the picture,
Oh,
or has he? Yeah.
I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry.
he's just simulating being unconscious.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to stay in combat rounds for a moment. Dave, do you want to?
So what am I seeing? So what do I? So
So
presumably,
you're flying. Shall we get a little map up? Actually,
Yeah.
Give me a moment, and I will just find that map.
and presumably, I've done a bit of thinking pre this as to how I would get in and help them if I needed to.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the shit that is about to befall you. That's the one. And I will share that. Okay, there we go, gentlemen. Now, you have taken off from here, Dave.
Yep.
You have got to fly to
L6 is it?
no
D5.
We were in the garden, weren't we? The ornament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D6.
These 6 or
I
7.
can't remember where that was. Give me a moment. Which one of those? D6. Is it D6? Yes, D6. So you've got to fly to here. Can you see?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As
it
you are aware, though, that at this moment you're about to pass into the restricted zone here over
Yeah.
this line, at which point you are aware that these towers here are anti-aircraft batteries.
Okay. I'm going to go as low to the ground as possible
Okay.
to make. Presumably, they aren't very good at firing either parallel or actually downwards.
Yeah, they're
Probably-
kind of targeted against orbital attack. So that sounds like a good policy. But I'd like you to make a piloting roll to see how successfully you do that. And
Yeah.
I warn you, don't fail, because obviously the failing is going to be, a bit too low.
Or clipping the ground, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I might not crash. I might just clip something and
Might
break
not
a
crash,
landing,
no, might not
landing
crash.
gear or
But
something.
I have got a lot of darkness points, Dave.
Yeah, okay. So can I just ask that, having built up the darkness points when I wasn't here, you can't just burn them all on me now I am.
I just burned a whole bunch of them on Karif when he wasn't here. And these have been building up for this whole event.
Yeah, I know. So the garden, is that open to the elements? Or are there kind of gaps in the dome that I've got to fly through?
It's kind of what they call ED fields. So it's kind of open. You can fly through it
Yeah.
if you get that far. But let's worry about you getting from about here to about here.
Yeah, okay. Each of these squares is how far? 500 meters.
350 meters.
350. Okay. Come on then, Najara.
What a
First
strange measurement that is.
I know.
500
Yeah.
meters.
time. Yes, they are all 361 meters. Yeah. Right.
361 makes more sense than 350, frankly.
Okay, Matt, I'm pushing because I got no successes.
All right, okay. I'll have a go. Thank you
I
very
did
much.
pray to the gambler, so I get 2 extra dice, yeah?
Yeah.
For the push, which I might need. Okay, and now I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So I'm going to count those 2 successes as a negative penalty that this is going to have for shooting you. And I am going to imagine that the gun operator is a basic martyr warrior.
So these weren't the towers that Matty and that Mohammed shut down for me.
No. Did you shut down any towers, Mohammed?
Yeah, that's what he was doing with his tabula. That was very much what he did.
Oh,
that was exactly what he was doing.
Oh,
not that and character. I don't know that. But,
okay.
No, I don't think any of us do actually.
No.
Okay. So yes, they are targeting their computers. You get a targeting lock on you, Dave.
Okay.
But then let me just make sure what we're reading about these towers. Where are the towers? I don't know what sort of guns they are, actually. But it's a bit like that thing where you get the and then nothing happens. Yeah.
So I'm expecting the blast, but
yes,
I know I've been sent.
You're getting a targeting computer. You know, you've got a warning flashing away that there's a targeting lock on you, but no, nothing happens. They are going to spend some time fixing that. Karif, you are unconscious.
Yes.
Right, there you go. Enjoy being unconscious.
That was kind of uncalled for, Matthew, isn't it? Karif, your action. Enjoy being unconscious. Well done.
I forgot he was unconscious until I said his name, and then I remembered his. Okay, the Medicurg working on Samesh's wounds is trying to save his life.
Can I say I can? And it's not my turn yet. Can I say I can help? Let me help. Save his life.
Okay, make a manipulation roll, Tony.
Okay. I get 3 successes on my manipulation roll.
I'm going to go with that one. They're panicking. They're confused by this sudden attack. They don't know what's going on. So yes, the Medicurg is kind of a junior Medicurg. He's looking for anybody who sounds like he knows what he's doing. So he says, yes, I'm trying to staunch the bleeding from this wound. But I think the poison's got a grip of him. What can you do?
Well, I can help with some Medicurgy. I have quite reasonable Medicurgy still. So I have 7 dice of Medicurgy. This guy is. Do I think I know more than him about what's going on? Shall I do it and ask him?
Yeah, this guy looks like a relatively junior sort of St. John's Ambulance sort of Medicurg who is here to, deal with fainting Mirrans, not assassination attempts.
Okay, I'm going to kind of say, okay, I'm going to try and take charge. Then say, okay, let me get in and have a look. You hold the blood there, hold the wound in so he doesn't bleed to death. So can I get a dice of help from him?
Oh, okay, I'll let you do that.
And then I should do some Medicurgy.
Do you have any tech that helps you do that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I get 1 success. I think I am going to push that. So I'd quite like to succeed on this. So I will have a darkness point, and I get 2 more successes. So 3 successes in all on my Medicurgy roll.
3 successes. Okay. So between you have stopped the bleeding. You've managed to get Karif's bullet out of the Grand Master, and you seemed, and his eyes flicker open. He's drowsy, but he is conscious, and he looks at you and smiles. The other two are covering. The other two magistrates are covering the two of you, Meibi and Zaki. Are you doing anything?
So they've let Yaqub go and help after accusing everybody.
Well, he made a very convincing manipulation role, unlike you.
Yes, I know.
Unlike Zaki as well.
Yeah, well, yes. I don't know why Zaki did what Zaki did, but because I'm just like trying to think, was it was all three of them there when the vials got identified, or was it just the one who's been shot and downed?
At least two of them. So the person who took the vials off you gave them to his superior officer. And I'm going to make a roll. If it's a 5 or 6, then Karif has shot that imperial. The person that Karif shot, who is still standing but not for much longer, will he's about to collapse. Will be the officer, and it's a 2. So no, it's one of the others. That's
so he's still there, right?
And
so are they going?
Soldier 3 clutches his bleeding guts, puts his hand away. They're covered in blood, and he says, "I don't feel so good," and crumples to the ground.
It's very difficult to get away here.
Can I just ask, having been listening into the last episode when we were negotiating and all that, was Yaqub and my kind of plan to be nice to him panning out, and therefore our thought that we wouldn't try to kill him was probably what we were going for?
Yaqub, do you want to explain that to your...
Yes, so our plan not to be nice to him and not to kill it was going extremely well, and I think my plan certainly was
somebody tried to kill him.
Yeah. And so the poisoning and the shooting has kind of been against what we were working.
We're not part of the plan.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, fine. And I'm aware of that because I was listening in the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I just want to tell everybody it's given me an opportunity to count my darkness points. I have 20.
No,
20. That's gone. That's a lot. Quite an increase.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I? Oh, sorry. Go on, Bruce. Sorry.
No, I was just struggling because I think I'm going to have to hold off until things settle down because there's no more chaos happening.
Yes. Well, it's kind of. It's still a bit chaotic.
I'm going to actually say try and maybe distract them to try and maybe because it's a difficult thing to get away from it. But maybe say there's maybe another assassin or attack, maybe get them to look away and trying to sneak away. It's going to be another manipulation roll to distract them, but I don't think that's going to work.
Look over there.
Yeah. He's behind you.
It's icon. It's the Martyr's Goodyear blip.
Well, okay, so let's think about this. They feel they've caught an assassin, and that's you. Then another assassin appeared out of nowhere and shot the Grand Master. So they might be susceptible. I'll give you 1 extra dice on your manipulation roll if you want to try and convince them that there is a third assassin in the garden.
Assassin, yeah. The more dice I roll, we all know where this is going to go. Two successes in the first roll.
2 successes would almost do it, but a third would be so sweet.
Oh, here we go. He wants to go up to 21. He wants to go up to drinking age in this darkness.
That would be a critical success, though, if you got a third.
Ah.
Who did you pray to, by the way, when you were doing your preparatory prayer? I can't remember.
Oh no, I used that one up that was for the poison, because it was for the infiltration faceless.
That's the faceless. Oh yeah, so it's the faceless. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was in.
But you don't use it up. They all rolls that the faceless cover, until you make another prayer. It's not just one roll.
Oh right. Technically, I probably should have. No, because I didn't do an infiltration, so that's okay. It's only infiltration faceless. Okay, the second roll with your drinking age darkness point.
You maybe should have rolled 2 extra dice when you were trying to palm the poison, but sorry, the story's advanced beyond that.
Yeah. So that is now 3 dice in total.
Three successes.
Three
Three
successes.
successes is, by the rules, a critical success. So who are you pointing to say there's a third assassin?
Well, where there's the shadows and where the people have gone to try and go through in there, because I think some of them are still exiting out.
Yeah.
No, actually, one of the servants. The
servant who bought the wine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you saying?
Says, look out! They have the wine. They don't. They have a. I think they've got a gun. I think that they've got one.
They've got the wine and they've got a gun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a critical success.
I said I think they have a gun.
So one of the magistrates turns to the servant, and it's not really the one that you'd like to. Well, yeah. Effectively, no. What we're saying is the 2 remaining magistrates both caught you. One of them caught you with a poison, and the other one knows that you were caught with a poison. So it doesn't really matter which one. But the officer then turns to the servants and says, hold that man. Don't let him take any guns. And you can't, you're face down in the muck still, really. So you can't really
sneak away or, yeah.
But they are dealing with the servant who brought the wine over.
Yeah. Create as many suspects as possible.
Zaki?
I guess with his success, they will. Okay, can I try to check if there is any opening or anything that I can check my surrounding? Yeah, I want to check my surrounding.
Yeah, you're pretty much. I won't make you make a roll for this. You know, you're in the gardens. There isn't particularly an escape route that you can see here. Okay. The obvious route is back towards the shuttle. The gardens have got other guards now on the perimeter, and they're now all alert. Some facing in, some facing out. So it's not impossible to run away, but it would be very difficult.
Okay. At least if there is someone. Okay. So I guess I'm leaving this one. I'm just see what will happen. Just staying silent.
Staying silent. Okay.
Or at least said, can somebody have this assassin can help Karif? Maybe he will vouch who is the major assassin.
Well, no, I'm gonna take command. The one of the magistrates kneels down beside you,
Zaki.
and
okay,
I'm going to tell you a thing that he does. He has, and in fact, all three of these magistrates have a kind of grey tube hanging as a sort of necklace, but a sort of, and at the back of the tube, there are kind of a network of thinner tubes that go up the scalp of this person and sort of go like that on his forehead. And as he kneels beside you, these tentacles come towards your face, Zaki.
Oh.
And he says, relax. This will this device will determine whether you are telling the truth or not.
Can I use my my talent for the good impression? I'm telling him, don't worry about me. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I'm saying the truth.
Okay. Do you want to?
I always say the truth.
Do you want to roll for manipulation on that?
Yes, I will use the talent. It's a group talent, so no darkness points, I guess. Use dexterity instead of manipulation.
I'm spending a darkness point on these things coming towards your face, by the way.
Okay. So 5 dices. 0 successes.
Okay. Dave, the gardens are within sight now. It's going to be kind of difficult to make a landing, but you can you make an observation roll first of all to see where in the gardens your party are?
Yeah, I could definitely give that a go. That's 7 dice for that. Okay, I got 1 success there.
Okay, I'm not going to make you get a critical success. So you can see where they are, and you've probably got just enough space to land because yours is quite a small vessel, quite close to them.
By just enough space, what do you mean? Just enough space to land on people?
Just enough space to land, at a safe distance, but close enough for them to make a run for it. If
and what is bounding that space?
Trees and shit.
Right. Okay. And I could see that there are guards on the perimeter moving.
You can see you can see a knot of people around the priest. There's also I should say there's a mansion nearby, which is where another Zalosian lives.
Okay, I'm retracting the landing gear, and I'm going to come in on the belly to basically take out as many people as possible, but then bring us alongside Yaqub and the others.
Right, I'm going to ask you to make a piloting roll for that one.
That's fair. I want to cause as much disruption with the guards and with the crowd as I possibly can. And I'm opening the cargo bay door for the guys to jump in.
Okay. Meanwhile, while that's going on, the magistrate with you, Zaki, says, remain calm. This is known as a sajin. It helps in interrogations. And these things kind of come up to your face and kind of you can feel them slightly burrowing in at various points around your face. And he says,
Feels nice.
with a manipulation, he says, answer truthfully.
Yes, I'm attracted to you.
Are you here to kill Samesh Alim? And this is an opposed manipulation roll, but he is going to be rolling quite a lot of dice.
Okay.
But actually, if Zaki was a good guy and wasn't being horrible and murderous, then he wasn't here to kill him.
Well, that's why
So he
he's not
would be telling
necessarily
the
asking
truth.
the right person, because maybe definitely was. And he gets 2 successes. So you can your manipulation roll you can use as defense.
Okay. Manipulation is empathy, so only 3 dice. Okay. Because I used my talent.
You can use your talent as well, yeah.
I already used it, so it's only used once. Yeah.
Okay, right, yes.
So only 1 success.
Only 1 success. So you lose that. You don't need to tell him the truth.
Yeah.
You can attack him. You can
Okay, probably not.
bargain with him, but I'm expecting a truthful answer out of you.
We are going to talk. I was going to join the Order of the Flame. Of the Cold Flame.
Right. Okay. He
Praise the mortar.
He didn't expect that answer now, did he?
He didn't expect that answer, no. The tentacles retract and he turns towards Meibi. Oshan, do you want to make your piloting roll now?
Yeah, I'm coming in hot, as it were. Come on.
I should give you a negative for this, but I'm just going to count the successes differently.
Okay, you can take a darkness point though, because I'm pushing.
You've contributed about as many darkness points as everybody else did now.
2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 successes in total.
2 successes in total. Okay. So you land and you cause confusion, but you don't squash anybody.
I'm not trying to kill people. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
cause confusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And over the radio, I'm going to say to Yaqub, bring the priest so we can make this good.
The priest is on a stretch.
Sure, I can. He's on a stretcher, very badly injured.
Right. Okay.
I don't think I
You
can
have a
bring him.
med bay on board.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
up to
trying
you.
to drag him. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be practical. Well, he did see that I saved his life. He woke up. He was conscious, but I don't think I can bring him.
Okay, make it run. So I've so the cargo door on the side that you're all on is open.
Right. In this confusion, there is a moment for each of you to make a run for it. I am going to make you use agility to go where you want to go. And apart from Karif, obviously, who's spending this time, are you enjoying being unconscious, Karif?
Yeah, or dead.
You're dying shortly. Nobody's come to staunch your bleeding. No.
Check your messages, Matt. Discord.
Okay. Yes, I saw the message.
Okay.
So it's just agility, is it? That we need to roll to make it. I'm making a run for it.
Yeah.
No, I've seen the ship there. Oh,
And-
2 successes on my 3 dice.
Okay. The other two. Although this
Right.
judge is turning towards you with his tentacle device, he's not particularly, restraining you. Maybe.
No, but I'm hoping in the confusion he will be a bit startled with the ship.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
So I'll make a bolt for it.
Okay. Yep. That's what I meant. So go ahead.
Yep.
Roll for agility.
Okay, Matt, I'm going to share. I'm going to try sharing the map of the ship if I can.
Don't yet.
No, okay. It wasn't working anyway, so I'll have to have another quick look. But
You'll have to have another darkness point to get one success.
no, not more.
To get
So
one
the cargo
success.
bay door is open. That's what you're running for, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get any successes?
One success.
One success. Okay. And Zaki, do you want to roll agility?
Yes, but I am trying to pull Karif into the cargo bay.
Right. Okay. So roll agility. No, roll force rather than agility.
Probably not a good idea. Completely good idea.
At least that's honest, I guess.
One success.
One success. Okay. So
Because I don't know if this is the plan for us to assassinate the magistrate. I'm seeing 2 of my colleagues trying to kill them.
okay.
So I don't know.
It
Yeah.
takes you time, both Meibi and Bruce. It takes you
Maybe and Bruce.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Both Zaki and Meibi. It takes you time to get there. Yaqub has gone on ahead. When you arrive at the cargo, climbing into the cargo bay, you're dragging Karif's pretty much lifeless body into the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Yaqub, are you in the cargo bay?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
You
I went in.
can't see anybody in the cargo bay. The others now, because you guys took so long, the others are running towards you, trying to catch up. Dave, do you want to go?
Yeah. So, seeing them, are they just now in the cargo bay door?
Yeah, they're
The 3 of them.
up the ramp. Well, no,
Yeah.
not Yaqub.
Is he cube in the airlock?
Yeah, I'm
not.
in the
I'm not
airlock.
saying the other two didn't see
Well,
where
I've
he
come
went.
through the airlock. I came in the airlock, shut the outer door, and then came.
Okay.
So I'm in the ship.
The ship is like this. If this is the cargo bay door where they're getting in, Matt,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
launching like that and dropping the 3 of them out.
Right.
Oh,
Okay. Make a piloting roll to do that successfully.
Let's try. Take another fucking darkness point, Matt.
I am so full of darkness points. Whoever's playing in the next adventure is going to be so screwed.
Okay, I got 3 successes on my second roll
3 successes. Okay.
with the extra dice.
As the ship takes off, Zaki and Meibi, you feel like you're losing your footing. I think I'll get you each to make an agility roll to cling on. But given that Dave has got 3 successes, it's going to take 3 successes to stop yourself falling out.
okay.
But
So
then we could
agility-
also contribute to darkness points. Tell me, there is a downside to this. We die,
I know.
but we get to stock up on the darkness.
Yeah, you've got to get you out of the scenario as quickly as possible now. So you stop building up darkness points for us.
I got 1 success, but of course I will push it.
No successes in the first roll.
So that's 2 darkness points I'm getting. Right?
Like
Oh,
it.
I've just given them the darkness point for 0, so maybe it's out.
Only 1 success.
One success. Okay. So
presumably Kerif falls out.
Kerif, you fall out.
Sorry, guys.
But
your murderous attempts have kind of
and
fucked up
maybe
our
you
plan.
fell out as well, did you?
I didn't do it.
Maybe failed. Yeah, 0.
No, I think Zaki, you might be innocent collateral damage here. I'm sorry about that.
I'm going to do falling damage for you both, which I was looking up for the adventure that I wrote, but I still can't remember it. Falling. I'm going to roll, given Dave's 3 successes, I'm going to roll 3 dice of damage for you both. And Zaki, you don't take any damage. 3 ones. And neither do you, Bruce. Kerif, I'm going to add a dice of damage to you because you're not controlling your fall at all. But you don't take any more damage. However, you're still bleeding to death.
Yeah, the good news is you don't take any more damage. On the other hand, the bad news is...
Okay, I think I am going to ask you, Dave, to break Atmo. It's very thin Atmo here, but
do I detect that those guns are still not operational, or they're not firing on me?
They don't appear to be firing on you. Zaki saved your life.
He did,
and you rewarded him by dumping him.
I did. I didn't know he'd saved my life.
Bad review on Yelp. Bad review on Yelp.
In character.
And to be fair, he was trying to save Kerif, who we know had basically betrayed us.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to betrayal, remember you were hired to kill.
Yeah, but the plan changed, and we're the clients.
And Zaki and Yaqub and maybe weren't. We hired them, so they.
Well, yeah.
Unless there's some other shadowy character in the background who's paid them, and they've been like stringing us along all along.
You were introduced to them by your employers. The what are they called?
Esteban.
I want to call them Azerbaijan.
Yastaban.
Yeah.
Esteban.
So yes, they are shadowy space fascists, as I keep trying to tell you. But don't go, oh, yes, an even more shadowy person than the shadowy space fascists that employed you.
No, well, either we were employing them or we weren't. And if we weren't, somebody else was, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make. Anyway, shall I roll my dice then?
Roll your piloting dice to break Atmo.
Okay, I got 1 success. I am going to push again, Matthew, because I want to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
And I've now got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. I'm gonna just do this because I feel it's right. Things are flashing all over. You're getting verbal instructions to land. You're being told you're in restricted space. There are you've got a little screen that displays all the sort of activity around the spaceport, and that's flashing a great big red thing, which suggests that this is a weird spaceport on a low gravity moon that allows non-atmosphere ships to actually land in the spaceport. One of the biggest in the spaceport is called the Hammer of the Martyr. And that is a Shakush Mahutun cruiser, which is the personal transport of Samesh Alim.
It's good,
and you can see that's taking off.
Okay. I'm full speed away.
Full speed away. What is the full speed of your?
Speed is 1.
Right. Okay.
Maybe we might need to upgrade the ship. Well, it's yeah.
Okay. You have advantage in that it takes some effort to take this off, but I will get you to make another piloting roll, I think, to end the scenario and escape.
Right. Okay. Okay, that's one success. Is that enough?
I quite like that one there. I could spend the darkness points on that, Mattia. I could spend the darkness points on that. But given that we are 9 minutes away from 10 o'clock, I am going to say that by some skin of your teeth, Oshan and Yaqub, you escape.
And switching the transponder at a sensible moment.
Yeah. And we will end the scenario there. I thought it may be worth just spending 5 minutes talking about everybody's motives and what they were trying to do. Tony, let's start with you. How did you think that mission went?
Well, parts of it went quite well.
Okay.
But I think we had basically decided that Samesh was sincere. I used my judge of character to determine that he was actually sincere in his desire to protect the Third Horizon. So I kind of felt actually his was a name we could get on board with.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, didn't quite realise we had such traitorous employees who were going to try and kill him anyway.
Right. But overall,
well, I think there might be, potentially be some repercussions later that you might be of concern. But
can I ask, my most pressing question is, you've had this meeting. He gave you some data.
Yep.
Who are you going to report to?
I don't know. That's something we'll have to discuss. I think I'll have to discuss with Ilshin.
Okay, very well.
About what our next step might be.
And then just going along the line here, well, not going, let's go up to visit you, Kerry. Nicholas, I seem to have a tendency of killing your characters.
Yeah, that's two down.
You're not necessarily dead. You're bleeding out.
I think I'm dead.
Okay, yeah.
I
mean, you would be a prisoner on Camrook if you were alive.
Yeah, role-playing solitary confinement or role-playing being in a cell with Big Bernard every night might not be so much fun.
Yeah.
And given you had just tumbled out of a ship, and now maybe, Bruce, can we talk about Meibi's motivation in all of this?
The GM made me do it.
Jones, you bastard! You bastard!
I did not make you do it.
No.
I got a PM from you on a Discord. I seem to remember last week.
No. So I think really, maybe was quite mercantile. So she was quite interested. If that suggestion had been PM about trying to assassinate, then she would have probably tried to get more information and tried to sell, if they got back alive, tried to sell on. But given that the primary mission and they were hired by the players was to bump this guy off, she was hoping that, regardless of whether he lived or died and they got away with it, that a war would be able to start and she'll be able to sell her services on. That was maybe
that was the main thing, to cause the chaos. Chaos was promised if he was killed, and chaos is what Meibi wanted.
Yeah, or attempted to kill, and then she could say a reputation up. He says, "Oh, yeah, I was involved in this," and then
because cards on the table, I wasn't expecting you to try and kill him because Karif and I had already agreed that that he would suddenly spring out of the shadows and do just what he did last week at the end of the adventure. Because he is determined, he doesn't like Colossians. And he was paid to kill this boat. So he's the person, well, rather, Karif and I had agreed mutually that that's what Karif's character would do at the end of the last adventure, although he looked on rather smugly I like to think that even though the people standing next to you didn't see you poison him, I think Karif probably did. And
I was concerned that Karif might be a bit of a loose cannon and want to try and kill the guy anyway, even if we decided that he was going to live.
Yeah. And I was also, not only was this my sort of purpose in life, but I was also asked by the Asturban hegemony to watch over you, to see that you really got the job done.
yes.
So presumably,
now you got a good. I mean, you did a really good job of trying to do it when you talk to your employers. We covered your backs on that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, in his last 4 minutes, did he have a chance to file a report of what actually happened? I guess probably not.
There was a time if Nicholas had been around last week, because Nicholas, you were sadly ill. So whereas your absence was planned, Dave, Nicholas was rather at the last minute. I had planned a scene where your contact, who is also, of course, Asturban, would approach Nicholas and say, "They've hardly approached any of our contacts. What's going on here? Are they going to kill him or not?" And maybe encourage Nicholas to take some direct action. And that maybe would have got reported back to the Asturban. But I don't think any report has been sent back. So I think you could, if you wanted to. It's kind of why I ask, where were you taking this data to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a conversation, because I'm not, as a player, I'm not entirely sure what the data is, so we can have a chat in between.
The data is on the Discord.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll have a look.
basically
I
name
saw that list.
of-
I saw the list
of possible Nazareem sacrifice agents.
right.
Zaki, I feel most sorry for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone-
Only Zaki's motivation was to get far away as possible from all this chaos and just stereotypically build a farm and just be alone in his farm, far away from this chaos. Get the money and just be far away as possible. But unfortunately, he will spend in a Zalosian prison.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the magistrate did do that mind thing on you and seemed to think that you. So I think you may be, given that Samesh Alim is likely to survive after Yaqub's treatment. I think there may be an opportunity to join the Cold Flame, and maybe we may see Zaki again at some future adventure, but this time as an agent of the Cold Flame.
Zaki, sorry we dropped you out of our spaceship. No hard feelings.
I guess I'd assumed that probably all three of them were in on it, and if they weren't, then those who weren't were, in my Alarm's Temple calculation, were a kind of a worthy sacrifice for us getting away and being able to carry on the good work.
Yeah.
I think maybe is likely to be interrogated in the same way, and your manipulation isn't great, is it? Maybe. So I think you will be found guilty.
Yeah, yes, or found really agreed. Whether they decide to try and do something with that, I don't think so. But
I like your comment, Bruce.
yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to say. I've seen these bunch of cheapos, you know.
Well, no, actually, because Nicholas would have had to pay you because you subcontracted to him, so we don't owe you a penny. And if Nicholas is dead, we don't owe him a penny.
It goes down. So you don't pay him. So we didn't get paid.
Well, we couldn't pay him because he's dead.
I'm hoping that Zaki makes it and he comes back and you have to pay him and you've got interest on that payment as well.
Yeah. Well, we must refer him to his employer, which is Karif. So it's not doing me, Governor. You know, you work for Karif. So do we get experience at this point, Matt? For those of us who are coming back.
Shall we quickly go through experience?
Sorry, Nicholas. Sorry, Bruce.
Nicholas, you don't get any, but let's quickly whiz through the questions. Right. So you all participated in the venture, and you all get 1 experience points. Even you, Nicholas. Not sure what you can do with it. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal?
I think so. Getting out alive, I think, was a pretty big challenge.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one who did most of the challenges was Zaki. Actually, he did quite a lot of successful dice rolling and progressed this mission. And you threw him out the airlock, cargo bay, I should say. Okay, but yes, you all get a point for that.
Okay.
Did you put yourself or your crew at risk? Because yes, I think that's a deserved one for both Karif and for Meibi. So get an extra one for that one. Did you learn something new about yourself or your other PCs? Everybody learned about the other PCs, so
Yes.
an extra one for that one. Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy?
Well, I flew the ship in without any landing gear in an attempt to save Yaqub.
Yes.
That's probably fair enough.
Actually, tell you what, I'm spending 3 darkness points on that one because I've got them. Your landing gear's fucked.
I retracted them.
You retracted them, and then you landed on the belly of your vessel.
Okay, fair enough.
There will. It might not be landing gear, but there will be some damage to the vessel.
I can
which we
repair
will work out.
Does it count when I try to help Karif?
Yeah. Yes. I think that does count. Yes.
Because if you hadn't, we might have, let you stay on the ship.
Yeah.
We might not have dropped you out of the cargo bay as well.
So that's a point for Dave and a point for Mohammed. I think so. Did you did you act in accordance with your icon? What is your icon, maybe?
The judge or the martyr, if I can convert.
I think you did. You tried to kill people. That's what the judge does. I'm sure I remember Dave gamifying some sort of thing about the Lady of Tears at some earlier part, so he gets a point there.
I'm the traveler.
Okay, thank you.
So Zaki, you get part there, and Tony, you get a part as well because you were doing some heavy negotiating.
Okay.
And Karif, you would, but you're dead. So
But
you would. Right, so that's it, I think.
Cool, thank you.
Is that
good?
4?
5 or 6, I think, depending on.
Yeah, I got 4, I think.
I got 5.
I got 5.
4 and then 5 for Tony. 4 for Tony,
4, yeah.
5 for Bruce, Zaki, and Oshan.
Cool.
Brilliant. And don't throw those characters away, Meibi and Zaki. I think we might want to see them again at some later stage if you're interested in playing another session. I'm
not sure how we'd ever reintroduce them to the group, though. I didn't trust them very much this time, but next time, after they're not going to trust us. They're not going to trust us.
You don't like the name, maybe. Excuse me while I just look at the other list of names of my fake identities I'll use next time.
And I think Zaki is going to be an agent of the Cold Flame, and there may be an opportunity where you have to work with the Cold Flame. Who can tell? We've got some more mini adventures to run from here. We've got a whole other book to come. So I'm not sure, viewers, what we're going to do next week. I will announce it. We should be starting another adventure. I haven't done any planning about what that adventure should be. Maybe we need to have a little bit of a conflab, Oshan and Tony. Maybe we might run off a quick, have that conversation live next week, and then start the next adventure after then. But I just want to say thank you very much to Nicholas, who is a stalwart person to come on here and just keep dying.
They killed Kenny.
They killed Nicholas again.
Oh no, they killed Nicholas.
And thank you very much, Zaki or Mohammed. Thank you for
Indeed.
joining and adding some Mirren splendor to the occasion. And thank you very much, Bruce, for just being the bastard and screwing everything up at the end of the adventure. You know, so I didn't have to. So well done, you.
That's good. It led to a very tense finale, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good fun. It was
So
good fun.
John,
Interesting.
friend of the show, John Salquist, says that was a dramatic session. So that's great. Thomas has been watching as well.
John further down says Nicholas, the Sean Dean of RPGs.
Oh, sorry, I meant that one there. Yes. Well done, Sean. And thank you very much, all our viewers who've made this so entertaining. So we've not been looking so much at the comments because we're busy, man. We're running a game. But thank you very much for staying on. And yeah, maybe join us for a little a breather, a short session next Monday with Tony and Dave. Well, I say short. When they start planning, when Dave starts planning, goes on for bloody hours. So wait and see.
It's the highlight of the campaign.
And well, I guess we should all say goodbye now. Shall we
Thanks
say
for
goodbye? I'll
watching,
put you all in close up.
everyone.
Say bye-bye. And
Thanks
I'll...
for the